Okay, we're live, I think, in Newcastle Startup Week Online, our very first podcast. So for anyone that doesn't know who we are, so I'm Paul Lancaster. I'm the founder and event producer of Newcastle Startup Week, and this is...
I am Sarah Crimmins. I'm event co-producer for Newcastle Startup Week.
Yeah, and this should have been our 4th year of doing the live 5-day festival. So the first one was in 2017. So the first 2 that we did, we had just over 600 people came to the event. Last year we had just over 800 people. This year I was aiming to have just over 1,000, but obviously because of COVID-19 we can't do that, unfortunately. So in the last few weeks I had to get a head around how we're going to do a big pivot and try to do something to still celebrate the event that should have happened this week. So we're doing it all through the Facebook group, the private Facebook group. And at the moment, I think we've got about 220, 230 people in the Facebook group right now, and there's more people joining all the time. So yeah, we've got same format, 5 days. We've got the same themes. So today is Inspiration Day. Tomorrow is Getting Started. Wednesdays, Funding and Finance. Thursdays, Growing and Scaling. And Friday is Keep Going Up, Pivot. So do you want to say something about what you're looking forward to or what's in store? Or anything really?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to all of it, obviously, because we've planned it, even though it's been much more of a shorter lead time to planning this because it's completely different. We've still put as much effort in getting speakers stuff and creating panels and trying to provide this platform for everyone so we can still come together, because particularly at the moment in lockdown, I know from talking to a lot of people, we are in isolation and people can be feeling isolated. So one thing that we got feedback of in past years for even the physical event was that people were really pleased that they could come along to something and they could connect with other people. And that's exactly what you can do here as well. We're in a private Facebook group, so everyone who's in here is here for Newcastle Startup Week. And there'll be familiar faces, there'll be new faces, but what we really want to encourage is connection, because that's where the magic happens. And we're going to provide loads of amazing content for you, which you can interact with. And we'll be behind the scenes commenting and replying to stuff. And we'll be reflecting throughout the days as well, won't we, Paul? Just like giving our kind of points of view and summarizing what we've already seen. But this is an interactive group. So we're not just feeding you stuff. It's not just push. It's all about that interaction side. So I'm really looking forward to that. Do you know, I always had like days that I preferred to other days, but then the days that I liked less always ended up actually being my favorite. So yeah. I'm looking forward to day 5. I've got a really amazing panel of women sorted for that one. So that's going to be really cool. But there's stuff on every single day, which I'm just really excited about. And I haven't seen all of the content myself, so I'm really looking forward to it being shared with you guys and you reflecting back to us what you think of it too. So loads to look forward to.
Good. Yeah, well, same. I mean, actually, you know, there's a lot of thought goes into curating the speakers, you know, so it's, so all of our sponsors and partners and most of our speakers who should have been speaking at the physical event this week have been asked to pre-record some exclusive content for this week. So there's a mixture of keynote talks, presentations, there's some interviews, there's even some live music performances going on. There's all kinds of amazing content going to be shared. And then in amongst that, there's the live streaming that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be commenting on things that have been going on. We're going to be trying to bring in people's comments throughout the day. So we'll be following all the social media. So if anyone wants to comment on Twitter or any social media platform in particular, if you just use the hashtag Newcastle Startup Week, it's always the same one. Just use that for this week.
We've already got people commenting, Paul.
Oh, amazing.
Ian, obviously. Ian's like Ian Farmer, podcast expert king. He's already wooing.
Ian, if you're watching, I've actually got my Industry Angel socks on right now. So,
if I wasn't wearing my Newcastle Startup Week t-shirt, I would be wearing my Carpe Way one. How branded are we? Look, I've even got my mug.
Got the wristbands as well. So got the 4 wristbands. So the physical event, you know, we've got one for every physical event. the 3 Startup Week events and the 1 Newcastle Scale Up Summit event that we've done.
Yeah.
My daughter, actually, my 7-year-old daughter, Amber, yesterday was saying, she said to me, because she's really into YouTubers at the minute, and she was like, Daddy, I've been thinking you should sell one of your Newcastle Startup Week t-shirts as merch. If anyone wants a Newcastle Startup Week t-shirt, I think now is the time to start selling some merch. So yeah, leave a comment below. But
how old is she? 5?
7.
7.
Yeah.
The 7-year-old is already repping Newcastle Startup Week, guys. Like, that's brilliant. I just want to call a couple of people out. I don't know who you are, because this is all new to us. As much as we prepared, I'm getting everyone through here, but it just shows as Facebook user. So I'm sorry if I do know you and I haven't mentioned your name. But someone is saying, "Good hair, everyone." I mean, I think Paul's is really, really excellent. I know he did a shady job. And someone said, "Lush earrings combo, Sarah." Thank you so much. That's a comment that you made, Paul, when I was doing Ian's broadcast as well. So they are the same earrings, but they are really, really lush. Thank you very much. And lots of hellos, lots of really looking forward to today, despite having my management organisation exam. Oh, brilliant. I know who that is. That's Katie, isn't it?
Yeah. But the good thing about doing the Facebook group is that we understand not everybody can be watching it live as it happens, but the good thing is all the content will stay in the Facebook group, so you can dip in and out whenever it's convenient for you. You can watch it later in the day, you can watch it tomorrow, anytime that's good for you. And the way we're doing it is that anybody who's bought a ticket just for this event, they've got access to the Facebook group until the end of May, so they can come back anytime they want. Anyone who already had a ticket for the physical event that was taking place this week, which has now been rescheduled for September, you've got access to the Facebook group until the end of September. So if people want to stay in the Facebook group beyond May, then they have to buy an additional ticket for the September event, or I'm going to sell membership outside of Eventbrite. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'll probably do it through Stripe or something like that. But that's the way we're going to do. We're going to keep the Facebook group going all year round, and then the events are like the cherry on top. Sit on top of that. So,
so that's what that's our thinking anyway, isn't it, Paul? And we've got plans for you all, and we've obviously got plans for this week too. I do just want to call out a few people before we move on and start sharing content with you. We've got Grant here, we've got John, and is that Michael saying that's him, or someone saying, "Hey, Michael"? I'm not sure. We're going to go in after this anyway and chat with our fingers. Yeah. So we'll be responding to comments too. But shall we give a little brief overview of what is coming up today, Paul?
Yeah, so we do have a schedule. It has been changing on the fly as well. So we've been getting last minute videos sent in. It's always the same. We've got last minute people buying tickets right to the wire, and people still buying tickets now. So there's loads of stuff behind the scenes going on, like letting people into the Facebook group. We're having to still a bit of a manual process checking that people have bought tickets, because some people have been inviting people into the group, but people have to buy a ticket first to get into the group. So if you do think anyone else should be in here, please tell them to go to newcastlestartupweek.com/tickets. Okay. But there's loads of good stuff going behind the scenes. This morning, I've just recorded a video with Gordon Merrilees, who's the Managing Director for Entrepreneurship at RBS in NatWest, which is a really good interview. We've also got an exclusive short little pep talk, inspirational video from Brad Burton, who some of you will be familiar with. He's usually the opening keynote speaker for Startup Week. Loads of energy, loads of enthusiasm. That is a great video to start the day after this. Got Ed Molyneux, the founder and CEO of Free Agent, which is our headline sponsor for this event. We've got Cindy Moy-Carr, who is an amazing story of a lady who came all the way over from Minnesota for our very first Newcastle Startup Week in 2017. She came for all 5 days, found all the support that she needed. Yeah, found all the support she needed, fell in love with the region, got loads of support, and 8 weeks later she set up her business here in Newcastle, and she's been coming backwards and forwards ever since. And it's just a fantastic story about how she's taken an idea, a non-tech person has taken her idea, and now it's got many thousands of users for her women's health app. And it's just been voted Good Housekeeping magazine's top app for women treating the perimenopause. So she's got a great story to tell, and she's done a really funny, uplifting video as well for us as well about an entrepreneur's guide to coping with the end of the world. We've got Emma Jones, the founder of Enterprise Nation. We've got Fiona Swinburne. Do you want to say a little bit about Fiona, because you interviewed her?
Yeah, so Fiona is a health and wellness coach, and she's a traditional acupuncturist as well. And we've had a conversation about many different things, really, but it's really been looking at stress and how we can cope with that. Also tying in her story, she's been dealing with a lot of different things throughout COVID, and she's going to say a little bit more about that. But there's a touching on grief there. There's touching on basically how we can build in healthy habits in advance of something happening. So let's try and build a really solid foundation of healthy habits now, rather than waiting for us to get ill or for something like COVID to happen and us being like, oh my God, what do I do? And starting kind of on the back foot. So it's about being proactive rather than reactive. And she has such an inspirational story to tell. She's as much as she's a health practitioner right now, like a lot of us who have instilled these healthy habits, has not always been healthy. You know, we have talked about McDonald's and lots of drinking and smoking and that kind of thing. So she has a really great story to tell, and she's lovely to listen to and hear from. So that's going to be happening this afternoon in our last little section.
Yeah, amazing. And along similar sort of lines, we've got a guy called Dr. Morris Duffy, who is one of the world's leading experts in mindset and resilience, and he's a coach to some of the world's top athletes, like international cricketers, rugby players, swimmers, all kinds of amazing people. He's based here in Tynemouth in the northeast of England, but his client base is all around the world. But even his business is completely stopped or fallen off a cliff because of COVID-19. So he's going to talk about how he's been coping with that, but also how you build healthy practices in your own the way you think and act to achieve success that you're striving for, and also coping with stress and anxiety and even depression as well. So that's another amazing talk that we're going to have later in today. And then I think we're going to play today Ian Farrett and Jeff Ram as well. We've got a great little interview with them. Both of them should have been keynote speakers on day one of Startup Week, but obviously they can't. So they've done a great interview together. So I think we're going to play that today. If we don't play it today, we're going to play it tomorrow, which is the getting started day. But I think we're going to play it today. And then the final session today, there's an amazing singer-songwriter called Luna Beck, who I discovered, or I first met way back in October, and absolutely fell in love with her music, and been hoping to get her involved in the event anyway. And then I did an interview with her yesterday, and she's done a special live performance of her songs. So that's kind of going to be our after party tonight. So yeah, loads going on, and in between we'll be sharing all kinds of stuff as well.
Yes, exactly. That's what I wanted to touch on, actually, is the fact that, yes, we're posting stuff and it's going to be, you know, like content heavy during the day. We're aiming for kind of like now until, I'm going to say 6 o'clock, Paul. I know we were aiming for 5, but, you know, like, even though this is all, we're not in a live event and we don't have to shove speakers off stage, I have a feeling that we're going to run a little bit longer. So even if it's just this chat in between, because as we say, like, we really do want opportunities for you guys to connect and have a few little kind of live pieces like this as well. And I feel like our reflections might resonate with you, or you might completely disagree and you might have something different to contribute. And we would love to have that in the Facebook group. So in terms of structure, we do have that running order, which I am going to post so that you all know, like, approximate times things are happening, subject to change, obviously. And then we're going to run kind of like this throughout the rest of the week, aren't we, Paul? Like, just live bits in between of us chatting and inviting you to, and then the talks as well. And we've got some great resources to share as well in the group, haven't we?
Exactly. And yeah, the key thing, be interactive. If you've got any questions or comments on any of the videos that we share, if you want any additional information, just post it as a comment underneath the video, and we'll be watching that. We'll be responding. So yeah, right. Okay, I think that's it for anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I just want, so you know how I am about, like community. I just want to shout out a couple of people. So first of all, we've said Ian already, Ian Farrer. We've got Grant Murray here. I know that for sure. We've got John Waite here for sure. I think we've got Michael Owen, but I'm not sure whether that's that Michael or a different Michael. I can't see your name. I'm sorry. I'll shout out Michael Owen anyway. We've got Suki. So she's here. Morning, Suki. I know that Lisa Van Heereveld is watching because she's just sent me a message. She's part of our team for previous years, so has been a very integral cog in the works as well. Yeah. And is there anyone else here that I know the name of? No, but I can see there's loads of people already joining us, and I'm really grateful for you guys to be here. Obviously, this is totally different to what we would usually do, and as much as we can say that nothing is really a substitute for an in-person event, this is actually going to be really great. And I think we've all started to adjust to doing things virtually and having these interactions instead of necessarily the face-to-face ones. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to get going. So yeah, if you want to.
I've got this thing. Well, I was just going to say, we do have people from all over the UK. So I know that we've got some guys from Guernsey who are joining this week. We've got people from all over the UK. We've got people from overseas as well. We've got a load of students as well. We've got some Gateshead College students, some Newcastle College students. We've got some Newcastle Sixth Form students. It's everyone from all ages, all demographics, all stages. It's everyone from pre-start. People are just thinking about starting a business. People who recently started a business. They're already up and running. Big corporates, everything in between. Anyone who wants to learn how to be more entrepreneurial, more innovative, more creative, this is the week for you. So the last thing I'll just say is a big thank you to our sponsors who were our sponsors for our physical event, but we wouldn't be able to do this event and that event without these. So first up, our headline sponsor, Free Agent. Free Agent's our amazing cloud accountancy software provider based in Edinburgh, but perfect for freelancers and micro businesses and small businesses, so that we've got a special offer for their discounted software. Sky AdSmart, so AdSmart from Sky, Axel Nobel, Blue Sky Chartered Accountants, NatWest, the Northeast Local Enterprise Partnership, Oak Intranet, Scale Up Northeast, Sinton's Law Firm, SME Centre of Excellence, XE, Business Doctors, Federation of Small Businesses, Gateshead College, Newcastle College, Nomad Digital, Sunderland Software City, WU, and a load more who are down to be exhibitors at the physical event. But if you go to newcastlestartupweek.com/sponsorship, you'll see a list of all of the businesses on there. And if you want to find out more, you can click onto their logo and find out more that way. Right, okay, that's it for now. So we're gonna end this broadcast now, and we're gonna share a special message from Brad Burton, the UK's #1 motivational speaker. So give us a minute or two to just get there, okay? So there will be a little bit of like a gap in between, but stay in the Facebook group and let us know what you think about that. Okay, see you soon.
One more thing.
Go on.
Just if you, there's going to be little gaps in between the videos, so if you want to comment on them then feel free. Like, we're giving a little bit of space in between the videos, so it's not going to be streamed like one after the other, after the other, after the other. So that's just for you to chat. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, all right, cheers. Catch up later. Thanks a lot. See you soon.